Hey guys, and welcome to Petrol Ped, and welcome to this week's Midweek 180. And yes, over my shoulder, that is the Ferrari factory in Maranello, Italy. Look, when your hotel room has a view like that, you've got to film the Midweek 180 from your hotel balcony. I know the lighting isn't perfect, so apologies for that, but I've been in Italy literally 2 hours for a very, very exciting couple of days, but I'll tell you more about that in a moment. But I couldn't not bring you my Midweek 180. If you've not seen one of these before, this is my midweek update where I bring you my news, views and information about upcoming reviews, all filmed in one take. I'm going to put 180 seconds in the bottom right hand corner of your screen, and that's it. A very simple format. So without further ado, let's get cracking with this week's Midweek 180. I should start my timer, which is just off camera down here. Okay, leader of the pack last week was Mark C. Well done, mate. That's a back-to-back double header. Well done, dude. Joined in the Magnificent Seven by Michael Kember, Leanne Jackson, Ben Higginson, Paul Mead, Paul Murphy and Dickie McVitie. So whoever puts the first comment this week, you'll be my leader of the pack next week, and the first 7 comments will be in my Magnificent Seven. Where are you and what you're doing? Well, that was A. James, who was watching the Midweek 180 on his bike trainer. Absolute hero. I need to get on my trainer a lot more. But whatever you're doing and wherever you are, put it in the comments below and I'll give you a shout out next week. Now, last week's question was, had any of you bought a car at auction? A few of you had. Some of it had gone well, some of it not so. This week's question, because I've got a hire car this week, you can't see it, it's literally just down there, a little Fiat Panda. When you take out a hire car, do you pay the extra to reduce the excess or reduce any accidental damage waiver? I did on this one because I'm in Italy and I thought I'm bound to have an accident or bump or something. I'd love to know because I never really know what to do on that one. Formula One this weekend isn't a million miles from here because it's at Imola, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Cannot wait for that. It's the first sprint race of the year. Very, very excited to see how things are after a break. I missed it last week quite badly. And I can also announce that I am actually going to be going to the Spanish Grand Prix, so I'm very, very excited about that. But sadly, I fly home from Italy on Friday. Otherwise, I'd be quite tempted to hang around for the weekend and go to the Italian Grand Prix. Maybe I could have a chat with my friends at Ferrari when I'm there on Friday. Just a quick new car news. The Cupra Born, which actually I'm going to the first UK press drives next week. But they've announced some really interesting bike-friendly technology on the Cupra Born. Not only can it detect passengers or pedestrians and cyclists, and there's an audible tone that they should be able to hear, but when you're opening the car door, the new highway code suggests you do the Dutch reach where you kind of lean across and look over your shoulder. The car actually has sensors, so if you go to open the door and there's a bike or a pedestrian coming down, it will give you an audible tone. I think that's really cool. But I am at the Cupra Born launch next week, so if you want to know anything about that new car, I'm very excited to drive it. Put it in the comments below and I'll try and add it into my review. I am super busy the next week or so, just to give you a rundown. So I'm here in Italy because tomorrow, Thursday, I'm actually going to Pagani for a factory tour, and then, as long as the weather plays full, because it's apparently going to be raining tomorrow, I'm going to get to drive the Waiver Roadster BC, my first hypercar. A lot of you guessed correctly. A few of you are kind of Bugatti, but no, my first hypercar is going to be a Pagani Waiver Roadster. And that's super excited. And when I got invited by Pagani to come to Italy, I thought, how can I maximize my trip? And amazingly, my good friends at Ferrari North Europe hooked me up with a private factory tour of the factory behind me on Friday, along with access to a Roma. So I'm going to be able to drive my... I knew I was going to run out of time. So on Friday, I'm finally going to get to drive the Ferrari Roma. I'm very, very excited because if you've ever been to Maranello before, just that way, you can see some hills. And apparently there's some beautiful roads up there. I'm going to do a recce a bit later on today in my little Fiat Panda to find out some nice roads. But I'm so excited. So Pagani on Thursday, Ferrari on Friday. That's not a bad way to finish the week. Then on Saturday I pick up my new Hendy Long-Termer. Very excited about that. I'll probably drop the video for that on Monday. And then next week, just to try and write it down, I'm at SMMT on Tuesday. So if any of you are going to be there, keep an eye out for me. I'll come and say hi. I've got the Cupra Born UK press drives on Thursday. I've got 2 big announcements next week coming as well. And then the week after that, I'm actually back in Italy with Alfa Romeo for the first drives of the Alfa Romeo Tonale, and that's going to be quite posh because that's on Lake Como. So might just pop in and see if George Clooney's at home. And then finally, because I'm rambling, because I'm so excited, this Friday's video at 6 is the BMW M240i X-Drive. Now I've had that from a BMW UK press car for the last week. Mrs. Petrol Ped and I went on a bit of a road trip down to Cornwall over the weekend. We did well over 500 miles on that trip. I probably totaled a good 700 miles in that car. And Friday's video is a real corker because that car, honestly, is just ace. It really, really is very, very good. So that's Friday at 6. And I did a 0 to 60 test, which frankly blew my brains. It really, really did freak me out. But that's it. I hope you've enjoyed that one. If you have done so, please give me a thumbs up. Comments below are always welcome. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to Petrol Ped for plenty more content to come. Now, before we go, let me stick the camera out the window and just show you what's happening out here, because I think it's really, really funny. You just take you off the tripod. So, over there, if I zoom in, that is the exit to the Ferrari factory. And on the grass verge down there, you can see a load of paps, basically. So every time a new car comes out on road test, they're like all taking pictures. And then that is the Ferrari facility down there, and then all the way over that way is where the entrance to the museum is, where those flags are. And then that's actually the star of the show. That's me hire car. Woo! Anyway, I'll see you on the next film, guys. You take care. Drive safe.